episode 93, part 2 of Africa's premier sports video podcast, the Three Quarters Podcast. As usual, remember to jump onto the hashtag Road to Japan to support the Kenya Simbas as they're still looking to qualify for the Rugby World Cup in 2019 in Japan. I'm BMOTW.
And I'm Nara Kamuya.
So Bad Man of the Week is back.
Finally, man.
Like, it felt like we just scrapped it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so
finally
two,
it's back.
Yes, finally back. So our feature game was at the Impala Floodlit tournament, and it was Impala versus Kenya Harlequins. A few names stood out for me, or rather a few players stood out for me. We had Eden Aguero from Harlequins, Patrice Agunda. It's good to see him back in position, not at number 11.
Yes.
He's looking a lot fitter.
Yes, he is.
Last year he had a hard time, Then on the Impala side, of course, it was Samuel Lech. You can never miss Richard Sidindi.
Yes.
Like, I think it's the fact that he's so small, but he's so effective.
Yes.
But my bad man, and of course, Samuel Motari.
Yes.
Just, being a beast on that game. Honestly, I felt he played very well. But my bad man would be William REEVE.
Yes.
Newbie, debut at Harlequins. Obviously, this is the first time he's played for the club.
Yes.
And this is the first time he's played at the tournament. And I think he was the standout player for that. It's a shame that his team couldn't win because of that, but I feel he was a standout player.
No, he did have a good first outing. William Reeves, that is. He had a very good outing at number 15. I slotted in at number 10 at some point when Lila Siligo had been sent to the bin. But his technique and just basically his understanding of rugby and his running lines were very excellent. His fielding as a fullback was very excellent. And you hope that he can be available for the whole season because the Queens had a really big problem with number 15 the last 2 seasons. So, my bad man, I know my bad man of the week, is Samuel Lech. Just how he slotted into number 10. Of course, customarily we're used to him at number 15. But I slotted into number 10. How he commanded his backline, how he got them moving, how his kicks for territory were also very good. And what always jazzes me about Oliech's play is he thinks very quick. Like his rugby IQ, he thinks very quick.
And his confidence when he has the ball.
When he has the ball. I know there's one instance in which they were in their 22.
That is exactly what I was thinking of,
Yeah, they're in the 22, and naturally everyone expects that he's going to kick, but immediately he spotted a gap, and he was able to take, Impala, they gained another maybe 50 meters or so. So my bad man for this week is Samuel Lech.
So
number
those
10 Impala.
Those two were on a whole other level. But yes, Samuel Lech did make a very big difference at Impala.
Yes.
Very big difference.
Yes.
So we move on to the Kenya Simbas and the fact that they have been on strike since last weekend, I believe. And I hear, after doing some digging, that money's come. But guys are just like, until it hits my account and reflects, we are not training.
They have insisted and they've said that they're not going to be playing. And if you ever hear the Simbas on strike, it's because of one reason: they just haven't been paid. It's not about anything.
It's never anything else.
It's never anything else. And so they haven't trained since last weekend, like you said, because they haven't been paid. Union is busy saying, government has approved their budget, sponsors, or we're chasing money from Bidco. I know some of the money has come for the tickets from World Rugby. I hope they use it for the tickets. But that's the main reason. The players have said, and rightfully so, they've said, look, we're not going to play we're not going to train until we're paid. So it's time for the union to fix their house. We keep on singing this song, this thing, which when's the last time you had an international team, or rather the 15th team didn't go on strike?
That didn't strike.
Because of this.
Since I joined rugby, even the women were on strike. So I've never actually seen an international season where the team did not go on strike. I think it's about time that ends.
That needs to end. This can be the story each year. So it's unfortunate, but in this one I do support them.
Yep, definitely. So then we move to Western Kenya, Henley Duplessis. Because we're all getting foreign coaches, fancy names. Anyway, so he's brought on 3 South African players, sort of beef up the squad. It's not, the squad hasn't been cut down to, these are the guys we're going to use. This is the first 15 or first 23 or whatever. But they want to see, how they'll be compared to the other players. But I feel like it's not a bad move. It's good to have some experience, obviously. But Kabras are not looking to get, normally we're used to Kabras having very many signings.
Yes.
So they're cutting down on that.
Yes.
Just getting a few people, here and there to beef up the squad. What do you think of that?
It's good. I mean, signings from Bola and Cavaliers, the three of them, a loose forward, a fly half, and a back. And the truth and the fact of the matter is that, South Africans coming to play in our league, they have been exposed to the game much earlier than our people have. So it's going to increase competition within the team. Kevin Keegan and the other guys who are going to be in competition with these guys who are coming. Kubu was back. Jonah Kubu was back, but he's injured, so he's not going to be featuring. But it's a good move, I think. And I think it takes me back to when the Fijians came to Kabras and the excitement it generated. And all of a sudden we saw a lot of Fijians coming to play in the local leagues. So it's good. I think it's a good move, and we only hope that we can get more people coming. It increases the competition in the league. So it's a good move by Kabras. I'm waiting to see how they're going to turn out this season. I hear a lot of hard work has gone into their pre-season. They're doing a lot of work. I can imagine.
Yeah. And as usual, they don't come to Impala Floodlight, so you don't see them until the season starts.
Exactly, you don't see them until the beginning of the season. But from what I've heard, the few calls I've made, a lot of work is being done at Kabras, and with the addition of these three guys, I'm very curious to see what's going to happen this season.
Definitely. So just before we wrap it up, Africa Sevens in Tunisia. So we looked at the squad, pretty young squad, a few newbies, a few people who have a bit more experience. Your Cyprian Kuto, your Herman Humwa, your Leonard Mugaisi, and this is how it went. So 49-0 beat Botswana, beat Morocco 41-0. So that's pool stages. Move on to the quarterfinals. 33-7 beat Zambia, and then beat Madagascar 36-5. But going into that final, and it was something that the commentator said that I really resonated with. We didn't see Kenya tested in terms of defense. And in that final, Zimbabwe winning it 17-5, and I hats off to Zimbabwe.
Hats off to Zimbabwe. But yes, as much as Kenya weren't tested, I also want to look at the fact that, like you said, very many of those guys were newbies and really didn't have the experience. I was looking at the Zimbabwe team. There's the guy that had named
Tafadza Chitokwindo. He's very seasoned, obviously.
He's very seasoned. Connor Pritchard.
He had Shingi Katsveri as well.
Was there. So many of the guys from their 15th team for featuring, they have the international experience. Not too many of our guys have that. Daniel Tabu, Brian Waihinya, not really have the experience. So it's a good thing, I think. It's positive. Kenyans should not be looking at it.
No. It was very good, getting that far. You could just see now, the little bit of lack of experience. But these boys have definitely done us proud.
No, they have. Getting to the final, of course, it's not the result that we wanted, but we always use this as a testing ground for, our pool of players. So guys don't take it too personally.
No. This was a very good outing for the boys. First outing for a lot of them. We saw flashes of brilliance. We actually saw the older players or the more seasoned players taking charge, which is very good.
It is.
So now you know who you can depend on when things get tough, but you also know what you can work on or what you need to work on, just going forward.
That's true.
Yep. So that's all we have time for today. Before we move on, remember you can find us on social media. Follow us on Instagram, like our page on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm BMOTW.
And I'm Ngaro Kamuya.
See you in part 3.